I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built the win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back for a weekday preview. We got 4 games this weekday. We got 1 tonight, 7:30, and we got 3 tomorrow, Friday, 2, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and 1 at 10:30. 1 at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. So before I get into this weekday preview, I'd like to ask that you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps the network. It helps my channel, CTC, by the way of the Refuse to Lose network. We got the main show, which is going to go live tonight at 7, featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave. We got BWT, Baseball with Teddy, all your baseball content through there. Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sport. I'm featuring Dave. We got FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs, all your fantasy NFL news and updates through there. We have Joe King Talk with Joe Jordan, Sacramento Kings news updates, things like that through there. We have In the Red Corner featuring Ty, Ricky, Tomo. Boxing episode, all your boxing content through there. We have RBO, Real Ballers Only, featuring Vaughn, NBA content through there. And last but certainly not least, we have Unfazed, featuring Joe and AJ, well, JJ and AJ, every Tuesday. So they'll be talking, so far, they've been talking NFL week by week. But please like, comment, share, subscribe. Helps. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. Now I'm going to run through these previews real quick. We're going to start, obviously, with Thursday night, an hour before Thursday night football. So, like I always say, man, if you itching for some football, you got something for an hour to hold you over to NFL's Thursday night football. But we got South Alabama at App State. App State is favored at 7.5 points. These odds are via FanDuel, so some odds might be different. But via FanDuel, App State's favored by 7.5 points. Again, the game's tonight at 7:30. If you're new here, the way I do my previews, I do 5 keys for each team to try to win the game, and then I pick a winner. And I always start with the road team first. So South Alabama, they got to force the Joey Aguilar interception. Last week when ECU forced them to throw his first interceptions of the year, they had a chance to win it late. They actually went up 16-0 early. Now the first pick was the pick 6. The second one, I think the score was 16-8. So it was 11-16. But they had the chance because of those interceptions. Gio Lopez has to use his legs. It just adds another dimension to the offense. Whether it's using his legs in a design run, using his legs in an option, like which is a design run, but you get what I'm saying. Like you have different designs. You have quarterback powers, quarterback counters, quarterback wraps. You got options, veers, things like that. Or whether it's using your legs to scramble to extend plays. He has to use his legs. Got to get the ball to Jamal Pritchard, who's probably going to be, not even probably, who's their best offensive weapon. Got to contain Caden Robinson on the other end, because when Caden Robinson started to get loose, App State offense started to pick up steam. You got to get stops. A lot of South Alabama's issues is not getting stops. They couldn't get stops against North Texas. So you got to get stops. For App State, score, score, score. The reason why I said that is because again, App State, Southern Alabama struggled to get stops, and it allowed North Texas to win by double digit, well, by 2 touchdowns. So if App State can continue to put up points, I think App State defense will be able to contain South Alabama's offense. They got to contain Gio Lopez's legs. They got to contain Jamal Pritchard. Gio Lopez is yet to throw an interception, so it'll be helpful if they can force that. And they got to establish a run. I think South Alabama's defense is susceptible to the run, so you got to find a way to establish one against the South Alabama defense. But my winner Thursday is App State. App State to me is the better team, better defense. I think they'll get more stops than South Alabama's defense. And they're at home, coming off of a crucial win against ECU. They know they can't take this game light. This is a Sun Belt battle, so I think App State wins this game. We move on to Friday. First game we will talk about Friday is Stanford at Syracuse. Syracuse is 8.5-point favorites. Again, odds via FanDuel. 7:30 ESPN. Syracuse is 8.5-point favorites. Syracuse is coming off a bye week. I believe both teams are coming off a bye week. For Stanford, they got to slow down Cal McCourt. Cal McCourt, I've said it before in the show, Cal McCourt has looked amazing so far this year with Syracuse. He looks a lot different compared to what he looked like at Ohio State. Can Ashton Daniels break loose? Ashton Daniels made plays the first game against TCU that kept it close. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the win that for Stanford, but he did really good on to make plays on his own. Got to get the ball to their best player on offense, Alec Minor. That's pretty much enough said. They got to win the turnover battle, so they got to create something to do that because, again, Syracuse has been so hot on offense. Take the crowd out of the game. They're at that dome, the orange dome, so God is going to be rocking. Got to find a way to get that crowd out of it. If you're Syracuse, can Cal McCoy keep up the fast start? Is it fluke? Is this really what this offense really about to look like? So far, it shows. I think that this is what this offense about to look like. But can Stanford show otherwise? Run LaQuint Allen. Yes, Cal McCoy has been doing his thing, but you can't neglect the running back, your backbone of the offense. And LaQuint Allen, yeah, you got guys on the receiving end like Trevor Pena, the tight end Gatson, but you can't neglect LaQuint Allen. I would say force third and longs. I don't think Stanford's offense is good when it's off schedule or behind the chains. And Syracuse has a good enough defense to force third and long situations. Contain Ashton Daniels' legs. And I said Marlo Waxman's defense got to force some turnovers. I don't think Syracuse would lose this game even if they don't, but I think it really does help if they get the crowd involved, especially when you force turnovers at home. It rattles. I think it will rattle Stanford, and the game can kind of slip if Syracuse is able to force the turnover. But my winner for this game is Syracuse. Syracuse offense is just on fire right now. I don't know if Stanford can stop this offense. And I know Stanford played a pretty good game against TCU, but TCU also shot themselves in the foot a couple of times to make that game close. Syracuse hasn't really shown signs of shooting themselves in the foot. Georgia Tech just made plays to keep that game close. I think Syracuse continues its hot offense, and I think Syracuse will win the game. We're going to move on from a game featuring some offense to a game that's going to feature a lot of defense. And 24th ranked Illinois versus 22nd ranked Nebraska. In Nebraska, Friday, 8 o'clock on Fox. Now, this is the game I'm really excited for. Illinois, they gotta pressure Dylan Raiola. They gotta find a way to get to him. Dylan Raiola has had clean pockets so far. They can't blink defensively first. They can't be the first ones to blink defensively. Like I said, this is gonna be a game that features a lot of defense. Slow down Nebraska's not run game, in specific Dante Dowdle. Don't allow for Nebraska to go for long chunk run plays. Can Luke Altmaier make timely throws? So far, he has. So far, Luke Altmaier has pulled a 180 compared to last year. No interceptions so far. He looked actually pretty good this year so far. And can Caden Fagan finally get it going? In a game where it's going to be premium to keep, take care of the football, turnovers are going to hurt dearly. You will want to be able to run the ball and establish yourself on the ground. and especially in a defensive game where it's going to be defense and running the ball. You want to clock control, clock manage. Running the ball helps with that. Now for Nebraska, they got to force Luke Altmaier's first interception. Luke Altmaier, like I said, no pick so far. You got to force the first one. Again, turnovers, short fields are going to be key in defensive battles. Have to identify where Xavier Scott is, man. Xavier Scott game wrecked the game against Kansas. Really good defensive back. He's going to be able to. He has a nose for the football, so you got to know where Xavier Scott is at all time. Dylan Raiola has to play mistake free. Again, self-explanatory in the defensive game. Established Dante Dowdle, and they got the same key as Illinois, man. Defense can't blink first. They got to bow up. They can't be the first defense to blink. But my winner in this one is going to be Nebraska. I just trust Nebraska's offense more. I trust Dylan Raiola over Luke Altmaier. I know Dylan Raiola is a freshman still. I don't care. I trust him more than Altmaier. And I like Nebraska's defense. I think Nebraska's defense is better. I know Illinois had the trenches last year. They lost some guys up front. I know Miles and Xavier Scott are back, but I just love this Nebraska's defense up front. I think it's real. They play really fast. I think they play really physical. So does Illinois, but I think they just do it a little bit more. So I'm going to roll with Nebraska at home at that. I think that home crowd is rocking for the boys. I think they get to Illinois. I think they give Illinois their first loss of the year. We move on to our final game. San Jose State at Washington State, 10 o'clock on the CW network, late night game. Again, Friday night. Washington State, as of yesterday, was favored. Well, as of like 6 hours ago. And again, this is via FanDuel, was favored by 11.5 points. Shout out my boy Joe. He said, great morning. Good morning, my boy. Just can't wait for the football tonight, man. Got some awesome football tonight. Can't wait. But yeah, so San Jose State, they got to get the ball to Nick Nash. Nick Nash is the best player probably on the team, wide receiver, so they got to get him the ball. Have to keep pace with Washington State because I think Washington State is going to put up a bunch of points at home. San Jose State defense is susceptible to getting scored on. We saw Sacramento State be able to put up points on them. Now, we didn't see Air Force be able to put up points on them, but Air Force is normally a triple option attack team. Ken Niumatalolo, he's used to playing against that, being the former head coach of Navy, so that's why we could have probably seen the difference there. But Washington State features John Mateer. He's been doing his thing so far, and I think Washington State's going to put up some points. They got to be able to match. Contain John Mateer's legs, establish a run game, and take care of the football. All those keys are pretty much self-explanatory. Now, if you're Washington State, John Mateer just has to keep doing what he do. He so far leads the team in rushing. He so far has been balling through the air, and he's given Washington State their first Apple Cup win since 2021. So he's been doing a really good job for the Cougars. Get the ball to Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams the best weapon on the perimeter. He did really well last year. He was the best weapon on the perimeter last year with Cam Ward. He's looking to be the best perimeter player this year. Contain Nick Nash again, San Jose State's best player. Put pressure on San Jose State to score. I don't think that San Jose State can score with Washington State. So if Washington State starts to rattle off 3-4 touchdowns, I think San Jose State is going to have a tough time matching that. They did pretty good again against Sac State, but they only put up 17 against Air Force. I think, like I said, if Washington State starts to rattling off touchdown drives, I don't think San Jose State has the firepower to match on offense. And you got to put pressure on Emmett Brown. Let's see what he do in the pressure. But with that being said, I'm going to roll with Washington State at home to win the game. Washington State, I believe, is 3-0. They took care of business against Texas Tech. They took care of business against Washington. I wouldn't even say took care of business. I would say more so that was an upset. They upset Washington, Apple Cup at home, on the road, excuse me. So I think they take care of business against San Jose State at home against Niumatalolo and a team who's pretty decent, but I don't know if they're good enough to, like I said, keep up with Washington State. But with that being said, that is the end of the show for today. I will be back. I don't know when, but it will be soon to go over Saturday's games. I already have all the games written down. I just got to write down my previews for the teams. It's another 15-game week for Saturday. I was debating. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I can be real with y'all for a second. I ain't gonna lie. I was debating not going over any noon games. I could tell y'all the noon games I got. NC State at Clemson. I really didn't want to go over it, but I got to go over it. That's an ACC game. Houston at Cincy. I feel like I've been talking about them a lot, so I didn't want to do it, but it's probably one of the better noon games we got. And then Kansas at West Virginia. I didn't want to talk about it really because of Kansas, but both teams kind of reeling. Both teams need a win, so that's the reason why I talked about it there. But we got some good games at night. K-State, BYU, Baylor, Colorado. We got some good ones at night. So y'all stay tuned for that. Got a comment real quick. My boy says, great show, Carl. Love the dedication. Appreciate it, my boy. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see y'all show at 7 o'clock. You know, see what y'all talking about, who y'all got winning the game tonight. But I will be back. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. If you got work like I do, man, just get through it. Hopefully it's a good day at work, man. Hopefully it ain't a bad day where you pissed and you just can't wait to get off. I know it's hard to say a good day at work, but hopefully you have a good one. But I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.